Hello there, this is Luke.
And I'm Elijah. And we are the Eagles of Steel.
So today, we'll be going over Week 4 predictions, and honestly, why? Because Week 3 predictions, we were so off.
Yeah, I went 5-11. You went 6-10.
You stupid.
We were so wrong, and I didn't know any of these teams like exploded. Like the Carolina, for example. Like holy.
Yeah. I went. So our current records are actually tied. I'm 26-22.
So am I.
And you're 26-22. So I don't even know anymore. This has been some crazy football. Very unpredictable, like you said with the Carolina Panthers game, but also some of the unpredictable ones. I'd say last week were to be honest, was actually the Saints losing to the Eagles. That was a pretty surprising one to me.
And the Washington beating Cincinnati.
Yeah, that and also the Rams beating the Niners.
Well, big comeback.
The big comeback from behind. Like there were so many dang upsets. It was unreal. My God, guys, I don't even know what to think. So
we obviously can't do the Thursday night.
Yeah, so by the time this video is up, we will be doing our live stream for the Cowboys-Giants.
And we are going to hate that.
So if you want to check that out then.
And we probably hated that.
Yeah, we're probably going to hate whatever happens. So.
Anyways, let's get into, speaking of Carolina, Cincinnati at Carolina. And Carolina won their game really good.
Against the Las Vegas Raiders defense.
And Cincy lost a close one to Washington. Now, I am shocking you all right now. Cincy at Carolina, I'm taking the home team 20-17. I'm taking Carolina.
Wow. So for me, what was interesting about this game is that it's Andy Dalton's revenge game against his former team in the Bengals. So I know this game is going to be a lot closer than I was originally expected at the beginning of the season.
That's why I had tighter.
For me, however, I'm still going to finally get the Cincinnati Bengals their first win over the Carolina Panthers, but it's going to be a shootout, 30-28.
Wow. Okay, I had a lower score and you had a higher score.
I had a lot higher scoring because both offenses are probably not going to be able to. Their defenses on each side are probably not going to be able to stop anybody's offense. So it's going to be a very high scoring game.
All right, now New Orleans at Atlanta, division opponents. Now you know that these two were losers of their games last week.
Yeah, Saints losing a
close nail biter against Philly, and Atlanta
losing a blown PI call from the Chiefs. What?
Stupid! I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Atlanta should have won that game.
I know they should have won. So technically they should be 2-1, but whatever. We have to look beyond that now.
And it's gonna be obviously divisional opponent. So I'm gonna keep it close.
Yeah.
One score game. Atlanta winning 28-20.
I have it. The New Orleans Saints getting a bounce back win because their defense against you guys, as much as I know their offense can click, but their defense is so good.
Problem is, can they stop Bijan Robinson?
Answer: I think they can, because I like Saquon Barkley. Most of his yards came off of a 65-yard rush TD. If he didn't have that, his yardage was pretty mediocre.
Like 70 to 80 yards.
Yeah. So to be honest, like the Saints held Barkley and your entire offense in check. So I think they'll be able to do the same to Atlanta. So I have the final score 24-20 New Orleans. So it's gonna be a close game.
You have a tight too.
Yeah, but that's the only reason, because it's a division game. Is the only reason I think it's gonna be close.
Now, I am shocked with these two teams that they lost. Jacksonville at Houston. What happened?
Well, Jacksonville wasn't... I guess I wasn't totally shocked that they lost to Buffalo, but it was Houston losing to Minnesota that got me.
Well, Minnesota's on a tear right now, so...
We'll get to that here in a minute. But what happened to the Texans that game?
I can explain.
CJ Stroud got sacked I don't know how many times that game. I think it was at least 5-6 sacks on CJ Stroud that game.
I know, something like that, yeah.
And their O-line's supposed to be pretty good. Stephon Diggs was the only decent receiver. Nico Collins looked terrible.
No, I mean,
he had some yards, but it wasn't crazy.
He got yards.
But he couldn't they couldn't get into the end zone. They couldn't do pretty much anything that game. But as for the Jacksonville Jaguars, if the Texans couldn't do anything, the Jacksonville Jaguars definitely couldn't do anything because the Buffalo Bills were just absolutely
ran them over.
Yeah. Fun fact before we move on, do our picks here. Josh Allen is the only quarterback in the NFL right now who has no interceptions.
No turnovers.
No turnovers yet. Which is interesting because last year he led the league in interceptions.
Now that's...
So it's a whole flip-flop after they lost Diggs. I wonder why.
I will find you. and I will kill you.
But
Anyways, I have this more of a high scoring affair. Give me Houston 31-17.
I actually had a very similar score to you. I chose 34-17.
So Houston.
Yeah, I think Houston's going to have a major bounce back here.
I think all those guys are pissed off right now.
Oh, yeah, after they're getting exposed like that, they're going to, like, destroy Jacksonville.
Anyways, on to one of my locks. Denver at the New York Jets.
To be honest, I know Denver had a really good game against the Buccaneers, but the Buccaneers are so injury-riddled, and I think it was just like a fluke week.
And here's the thing. Here's the problem for Denver. You're going against that Jets defense and Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers on the other side. Rodgers, who knows how to beat any good defense.
So give me the Jets 21-10.
I'm actually thinking it's going to be 27-13. A 14-point victory. The defense is going to pretty much keep Denver in check, while Aaron Rodgers is going to have probably 3 TD passes and no picks, probably.
I mean, I only have 3-point difference. I had 11-point difference. You had 14. So
Yeah.
you go 2 scores anyways.
Yeah, the Jets are going to win that game. If they don't,
Here's the one I'm interested about. Another division game. Minnesota at Green Bay in Lambeau. And you know how good Minnesota's doing right now. The number one
Yeah.
scoring defense right now. In fantasy anyway. But
yeah,
and it shows.
the Vikings are so good right now. But the thing is, the Packers are also really good. And they are doing this without Jordan Love.
Who actually may
play this game.
May come back this game. Now, here's the thing for Minnesota. Can they stop that ground attack for freaking Green Bay?
Like, because here's the thing. You got Aaron Jones, like, going back as his revenge game against Green Bay. But then you also have Josh Jacobs running the ball, who can carry that ball 30 times in a game.
Which is what they did last week, pretty much.
Yeah. Last 2 weeks, probably, they used Josh Jacobs a lot. And, oh, man, this is going to be such a good game. I wish we could watch it, but of course we're out of range of it. But we
could keep an eye on it. But
so I'm actually curious. I want you to go first here because
give me the upset. Give me Green Bay 20-19. I feel like it'd be a tight game.
Okay. I also have it as a one score game, and I'm also taking the Green Bay Packers to finally give the Minnesota Vikings their first loss, 28-27.
1 point difference on both ends.
Like, it's gonna be a awesome game. A field goal, probably final play field goal
by Crosby to win.
By Crosby or whoever
the kicker is. And now
my
next lock, Pittsburgh at Indianapolis.
To be honest, I don't have much to discuss here. You already know who I'm going with.
I'm actually taking your boys. I'm taking Pittsburgh. Give me that Pittsburgh score 17-14. A little closer than you think.
Yeah. I think because the Colts could barely do things on the Bears. The Bears suck. Yet the Colts struggled to them. So I think the final score is going to be 21-10 Pittsburgh. I think we're going to win by 11 and a nice comfortable win over the Indianapolis Colts.
Just like last week.
Watt's probably going to get 3 sacks on Anthony Richardson.
That's your goal now? That's your prediction now?
Yeah.
All right. No changing back now.
Yeah. I would not be shocked if Richardson goes down at least 7 times that game. Like, our D-line is so good and their O-line is the worst in the league right now.
Here's another interesting one. The LA Rams from a comeback win traveling to Chicago, and this is a no-brainer. But
I totally forgot that game on my list. But I know who's going to win the game.
I have a close though. I have a 1-point game, 20-19. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Rams as well. I know they're injury riddled out the wazoo, but the Bears are just the Bears. So
the question is that defense though. Chicago's defense against the LA injury riddled offense.
Yeah, I know. I know the Bears' defense is good. They're probably going to keep them close in this game, but I'm going to have the final score be 19-14.
So you have a close as well.
Yeah. Actually, fun fact, I actually totally didn't even write that game down on my list.
What?
I was just looking down. I was like, wait, oops.
You're so dumb.
Anyways, now
your guys.
Philly at Tampa Bay.
This, I don't even know, man.
Philly winning a tight one in New Orleans, but Tampa being injury riddled.
And also, but the thing is, Philly's also injury riddled, so you have to keep both teams are injury riddled.
Well, and I just now learned that Smitty and Brown aren't going to be playing Sunday.
Aren't playing, yeah.
Aren't playing.
So you guys are going to be down to top 2 receivers.
Here's the problem.
Down your top O lineman. and Lane Johnson.
That won't matter because one of our other linemen that got injured is practicing. So.
As in, Saquon Barkley is going to get the ball like 30 times. But
I mean, that's what we need to do on their defense. The
run defense is hard, so at least that helps.
Barkley, Gainwell, and Shipley can handle the workloads.
Yeah.
But obviously, get Goddard and Dotson involved too.
Yeah. I'll let you go first on this one because it's your team.
In a close scoring affair once again, 27-24 with a Jake Elliott field goal.
I have it as for some reason I'm getting that weird score vibe from this game, so I gave it an 18-13 Philadelphia. I don't know why. Like the last time where I had that weird score vibe, it was the Giants and Commanders, and I was almost right.
You were
because I had I think I had 24-18. It was 21-18 final that
week.
You
were like, bruh.
Because the Giants' score was perfect on. I was like, oh my gosh, I was close. But anyway, I think it's going to be a really weird game. Both teams are going to probably struggle. But I feel like Eagles are just be able to pull out the ugly win.
Here's another one of my locks. New England at San Francisco. I think there's, even though San Francisco on offense...
The first of the 425 slate.
405.
Or 405 or whatever.
But I have San Fran winning 17-6.
I have the 49ers winning even more so on that, 28-7.
So we both had
just absolute destruction of the Patriots. The 49ers, even with how injured they are, the Patriots are still just the worst overall team compared to them. Drake May hopefully gets some playing time next. But yeah,
he is.
Matt, but this next game is actually going to be the one that I'm the most interested in, probably the game of the week. Washington at Arizona.
Yes, Arizona did lose, but that was to the Detroit Lions,
and they barely lost too. It was only a 7-point game,
20-13.
It was just a very defensive game.
Arizona put up a good fight.
Oh yeah, they kept the Lions in check.
And I think that's gonna be the same thing for this game. They're gonna put up a good fight against Washington, and I think they're gonna win that game, 24-21.
Yeah, Arizona winning. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think it's gonna be a shootout. I think both teams are going to score a lot of points. I think Jane Daniels and Kyler Murray are going to have really good games. However, the only reason I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals here is because of one thing. QB experience.
Murray has more experience.
Murray has been in the league for much longer than Jane Daniels. That is the only reason I think they're going to
And there's also things you got to keep in factor for this game, too. Both running QBs.
Yeah, very vulnerable QBs. And I think just the weaker defense is definitely the Commanders' defense.
Do you think James Conner's going to have a day?
So I think James Conner's going to be able to run the ball. I feel like the Cardinals, Marvin Harrison's probably going to have a really good day too. But also Terry McLaurin on the other side is probably going to have a monster day with Jay Daniels.
Oh, I'm sure. He had a monster day last time.
Yeah. So both teams are pretty equal in my opinion. So the final score is going to be 35-31.
You have a tight
Arizona.
You have a tight.
I have a major shootout. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Probably the game of the week for sure.
The first of the 425 slate. And this one I'm kind of interested to hear what you have to say first. Kansas City at the LA Chargers. I'm kind of interested what you have to hear.
So here's how I see this. So both teams are pretty injury riddled. You got Isaiah Pacheco who's still on IR, and that's obviously affected how they played against the Atlanta Falcons last week.
Herbert might not play on the Chargers side, but they still have Taylor Heineke though, who has experience.
Yeah. Taylor Heineke is a solid backup. I hope they have to use him, that at least he's not the worst thing in the world. But then also the thing is, though, the most important loss they had was Joe Alt, their rookie center or lineman that they had, who was doing one of the best in the league at that point, got injured in that Steelers game. So he's going to be out for this game, which means that their O-line's going to be weakened. And plus, somebody else is injured as well. I forget who it was. But all I know is that the Chargers are extremely shorthanded. I know it's in LA, but the Chiefs just are the Chiefs. They're going to find some weird, stupid way to win this game. Even though I think Jim Harbaugh is going to make sure he keeps his team close. And I have the Chiefs winning over the Chargers 23-20 in a close game. And with a Harrison Butker field goal.
You are going to be very shocked of what my pick is.
Okay.
I picked the Chargers to win it. 21-20.
Ooh.
Division opponent.
I know. Like it's gonna. Like, I know it's gonna be a close one.
It doesn't matter how injury riddled the Chargers are.
It's a division game, and Jim Harbaugh is a way better coach than Brandon Staley ever was. So. So we already know it's gonna be a lot closer, even if it's Taylor Heineke.
So that's one of our swaps.
Yeah. We've had a few of those today, actually.
So next one, Cleveland at Las Vegas. Now I'm kind of curious because both of these are losing teams.
I know, and they both suck right now. I don't know who to go with.
Which one was the most choke?
Which one is the one that sucks the least? I'm gonna say is the Las Vegas Raiders, because their defense. I know they got exposed by Carolina, but they probably didn't plan for Andy Dalton to be playing. Like, they probably planned for Bryce Young. So they were probably unprepared for the fact that Andy Dalton was going to throw 3 TDs and no picks on him, you know?
And run like crazy.
And run like crazy, like, especially with how much older he is, and he's been playing rough, like, for the last time he's played.
Anyways, what do you got?
So I go with the Las Vegas Raiders in a very low-scoring game, 20-17.
I'm taking Cleveland 24-17. So, again, another
So you think
swap.
your offense is finally going to do something?
Yes.
Okay, Deshaun Watson's finally going to
Because
have a breakout
I
game?
look at the Raiders' defense from last week. They got exposed big time on the
I know.
ground.
But the thing is, though, they still got Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins. So they're still going to be able to be a threat.
Question is, can they deal with Jerome Ford in that rushing attack?
Answer, probably. The Browns are just terrible. So they lost to the Giants for crying out loud. Like, they're terrible.
That's fair, but I'm still taking them.
Okay. But now,
The one will be live streaming Sunday night.
oh yeah, Buffalo at Baltimore.
I had a hard time picking.
And I did not have a hard time picking this one, actually. Because one's a choke artist and the other one's not.
I mean, it's in the playoffs choke artist. I think we can say it together.
3, 2, 1. Buffalo. They're going to win this game. I have the final score being a pretty comfortable win, 31-17.
I have it being a shootout, 34-31.
Which, to be honest,
That's totally possible.
It's totally possible for yours. It's also totally possible for mine. Like, if Baltimore comes in with their worst game ever, and Josh Allen just has a field day, which, to be honest, I wouldn't be shocked if he does. He's probably the Bills are going to win this game. If Baltimore comes in with their A game, the Bills are still going to win this game, but it's going to be a closer game. Bills are just the better overall team right now. And Josh Allen is, like I said, he has 7 TDs and no picks, and over 600 yards passing already,
Which is
crazy. So, like, he's doing good.
Now, the one game that I'm like,
The one we could skip. Oh, sorry.
It's the 7:30 Monday night game. Tennessee at Miami. Both teams not
absolutely are garbage, and I cannot choose this game to save my life.
Give me Miami without Tua at 17-10.
Funny thing is, I have the same score, but I have the flip team.
You have Tennessee.
I have
winning.
Tennessee with 17-10.
It's gonna be low scoring and not a lot of
Yeah.
Like, anyway.
The next Monday Night Football and the last game on our picks
And this one was
is going to be
awesome.
probably this might be the second game of the week right here.
Seattle at Detroit.
Oh god.
Undefeated coming into Ford Field at 2-1. Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
And Detroit coming out for that bounce back win against Arizona.
Yeah. The thing is, that was still a close game, and the Lions are injury riddled right now.
The Raiders are relying on defense. They're injury riddled pretty badly.
Their offense. They're in their O line. Their Frank Ragnow is actually out.
Well, they're one O lineman down.
Yeah, and he thinks he's one of their better O linemen too. So
Yeah, I know.
you gotta be so Detroit Lions are coming into this game a little weak. While Seattle's coming in flying high right now.
It depends if they can get the ground game. If Detroit can get the ground game going, and they get their 2 elite wide receivers involved.
Yeah. So for this game, Seahawks and Lions always get into a shootout. It does not matter on how good each defenses have been or how good their offenses have been. It's always been a high-scoring game every time they play. I have the Seattle Seahawks staying undefeated with a victory over the Lions, 41-37.
Oh gosh, that's pretty much the highest.
Yeah, Geno Smith probably getting 4 TDs. Zach Charbonnet, their current number 1 running back, probably getting at least 1 or 2 TDs.
I'm gonna shock you. I'm give Seattle its first loss. Detroit winning 27-20.
And it's very possible. Like, the Lions could do it, but I just know Seattle has been the kryptonite to the Lions for years. So I just have a feeling
I honestly did not even know that.
To be honest, I feel like the Seahawks are just going to keep doing that again. Like, I hope it's not because I'm rooting for the Lions in this game, but I wouldn't be shocked if Seattle just does this. Those are our picks. Please comment below what your picks are. We would love to see the differences here.
Tell us if we picked badly or not.
Yeah. If you think we're stupid, also tell us that in the comments.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like.
All that helps. We're trying to hit the 100 subscriber mark because we would love to have a special video for you guys when we hit that mark.
Still trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, we're still trying to think about what to do. And if you guys have any recommendations, please put that in the comments too, on what you would like us to see or like us to do for that.
And as always, this is Luke.
And I'm Elijah. And we are the Eagles of Steel. Bye!